Good evening, everybody. We're here tonight to recognize the graduates and their learning achievements and successes. We also are here to welcome family and friends for their support. It's good to see you all tonight. I'm Rick Verberg, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, Grand Rapids Community College, and I'll be the Master of Ceremony this evening. Let us begin with song. Bob Alonzo, GRCC music major, will be coming forward at this time.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Next this evening, we have Julie Parks, our Executive Director of Workforce Training at the Tassel MTech, with some words for us.
Good evening. Let me be the first to say congratulations to everyone this evening. I hope this is just the beginning of many accomplishments that you'll celebrate with GRCC. You did it. Now what do you do? What's next for you? You look very familiar to me. You've been in the MTech. I've seen how hard you've worked. I see you there. I see your children. I see your grandchildren come in with you. You've seen the labs. You know the building. You see students who look just like you, who are working just as hard as you have. There are many things there at the MTech to help you figure out what your next step is, what you need to get started, what kind of job is next for you, what should your career be. Medical assistants, technicians, welders, business owners, IT support technicians, construction workers, electricians, industrial sewers. There are so many things. I'm sure you've heard or you've read about the skills gap. Employers can't find people with the right skills. Well, let's get skills. Let's have you be the answer to the skills gap that there is. Let's get a great skill. Let's build your career. There's a team of faculty and staff and coaches, many who you know, who you've seen when you've come into the MTech, who will help you get started. Please don't be a stranger. This is just your first completion. There's many more to go. You may have seen in the atrium outside, and when we're done outside of this theater tonight, there are some tables there with a host of people from the college to give you information. You can stop by the MTech every Monday at 10 a.m. We give tours and have you meet with faculty and staff in programs. The decision to move ahead is really up to you. You know there will be challenges. You know there will be things you have to figure out, barriers to overcome. But look what you've already done. Let this be the first step on your journey to the life that you need, the life that you want, and the life that you deserve. Thank you for letting me be with you tonight and to say congratulations. Keep up the good work.
For our keynote address tonight, I'm going to introduce right now Dr. Stephen Ender, president of GRCC. He's been our president for 8 years, and he's done a lot of work as far as our infrastructure here, renovation work, fundraising work, and it shows all over our campus, from new windows in the main building to new roofs on the buildings to in our health professions, new labs. So he's made quite a difference, quite a mark on this college the last 8 years. And so without further ado, President Ender.
Thank you, Rick, and welcome, everyone. I love graduations of all sorts. It is a time for celebration. I want to speak to all of you tonight, but specifically to our graduates, and then I want to say a bit about the children that I see here tonight. Because I look at them and I remember when I was in the 50s, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and I came from a family, I'm a first-generation college student. My mother did not graduate from high school. She earned a GED in her 40s. My dad graduated from high school because he took all the shop that he could take, and he took the English requirements to get his high school degree. I think about those children back there in regard to who I am today. And now I'm speaking to the folks in front of me. I mean, we know a lot about you. I know a lot about you. You're resilient. You're hardworking. You set goals. You come from loving and supportive families. There are people in your lives that are pushing and praying and cajoling and kicking and saying, you can do this. I want you to do the same thing for those children in the back, because you'll be a role model for them. Because this isn't your last stop in this business of earning credentials of some sort. This is just the step in the path that you've taken, and they'll be watching you. And when Julie was naming all the wonderful occupations, career areas that you can study at GRCC, I didn't hear her say college president. You know, and when I was that age, no one, my parents, my teachers, no one would have said, you know, that little boy's going to grow up and be a college president. My family didn't go to college. They didn't know anything about college. But my family gave me what I'm sure your families give you every day and what you will give your families every day. Oh, they gave me hope. And they loved me. And even though they did not understand higher education at all, they understood that it was a path that could take me to a better place than what they had achieved. They couldn't afford to pay for it, but I could stay in their house if I wanted to go to college. And in 1968, for $250, you could pay your semester of tuition and get your books, and it was all doable if you worked hard. It was all doable. And so I'm suggesting that the future president of GRCC, we're 100 years old, and we're going to be here another 100 years, could be sitting right back there, could be watching you down here, maybe your kids, and are very proud of you. They need to see you continue down this path. They need to know that you believe in them and the potential of every human being, if just offered an opportunity. They need to know that in some way you are their bootstraps when times get hard. And so you're not doing this just for yourself. You're doing this for your family, for your neighbors, for the folks in your church. You've taken a pathway that can only result in a better quality of life for you and your family. And that does not come easy. But you have all the basic ingredients. You work hard. You have people that believe in you. You take advantage of opportunities. You don't quit. And I'll tell you, those are the 4 things that have gotten me to where I am. The biggest one is you do not quit. You do not accept failure. You're smart enough to reach out for support when you need it. But you will not accept failure. And I'll tell you, that life lesson passed on and then passed on again, each generation of your family becomes stronger, becomes more educated, enters the professions, and we've transformed the entire family through generations of this evolution, which you are starting here this evening. I love this particular ceremony tonight. You work a lot harder than a lot of the college students that we have, because you're managing all facets of your life, and you've taken a pathway that perhaps you never thought you would go down, but my goodness, here you are and you're excelling. You should be very proud of yourself. Families, you should be very proud of them. You should thank them all the time for what they've done for you. And we all have to remember those little children in the back, because we do it all at the end of the day for generations to continue to prosper, to grow, to become a better person, a better family, a better community, a better region, a better state, a better country. That's the journey that you're on. Education makes a huge difference. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all of you.
Next this evening, I'd like to introduce Monica Rivera. She's a GRCC student employee. She's going to make a special presentation this evening, and her dad is graduating tonight, and her mother's in the program. So it's total family improvement here going on. So thank you.
Good evening. My name is Monica Rivera. I just finished my first year here at GRCC, working on my pre-med requisites. In about a year and a half, I will be earning my associate's degree of science, making me the first in my family to go to college and the first to earn an associate's, bachelor's, and in a few years from now, my doctorate degree. My parents have been working in a factory for more than 20 years. Immigrating from Mexico, that's where they actually met, and the rest is history. Growing up, I understood what it was to translate watching them wake up at 3:30 a.m. to go work and wonder how different their life would have been if they would have at least graduated college and continued their education. They're a primary example on why I cherish the importance of education and why I value education so much. Because of GRCC, my parents have now started their education with the adult education program. The program goes beyond just teaching English. It teaches them many skills that are needed in life. I convinced my parents to sign up for classes here at GRCC, and although they were nervous to start, they pushed through the obstacles, and now my father is graduating on this very day, hoping to continue with a job training program. GRCC has worked for us, and never in a million years did he think he would be standing where he is today. But thanks to the great teachers, mentors, and amazing programs GRCC has to offer, many individuals and families like ours are now able to make their wants-to-be goals and dreams come true. On behalf of my family and the Latino community, We want to present this gift to Dr. Ender. It's a Guayabera shirt, traditional in Latin America and Caribbean countries. Thank you for supporting and being an advocate for the Adult Education ESL program.
Thank you very much. That's wonderful. Hold on. So my wife is going to say that this color is perfect. I know exactly what she's going to say. Thank you very much.
And now the main event of the evening, the presentation of certificates. Sharon Amler, lead English as a second language instructor, will be coming forward.
Hello. Welcome and thank you all for coming together tonight to celebrate our adult education students' success. In a moment, I will be reading off names of our program's students who have shown excellence in advancing their academic language skills to bring them to the next level of learning they need to succeed. We have some great models of academic success up here on this stage that create an administrative framework for you all to succeed at GRCC. Dr. Ender, president of the college, David Selman, Director of Adult Education, Dan Clark, Dean of Academic Outreach, Richard Verberg and James Board of Trustees, and Julie Parks, Director of Workforce Training. For you, the students, these are people you don't see face-to-face a lot, but they are the leaders who create the opportunities for our program's use of facilities, scheduling, materials on a daily basis. Thank you so much to our administrators. I also want to thank our office staff from Tassel MTech and our wonderful, incredibly qualified instructional staff who offer unrivaled support to you on a daily basis. But the focus is on you tonight, the students. I will be presenting honor certificates to those of you who showed academic success on the standardized academic language tests taken at the beginning and end of each semester this past year. But first, I want to qualify all the hard work that I've seen you complete that's not measured by a test you take on the computer. I want to talk about your capacity to connect. Your capacity to connect your academics to your personal life, your work life, your family life, and your community life. This past year, as your instructor, I've seen you students do some amazing things. I've seen you produce formally written expository and opinion essays in which you made claims and used researched evidence to support your ideas. I've seen you connect with your families and community by obtaining local library cards and eagerly using their services. I've seen you develop professional presentation skills using technology that was new and unfamiliar to you. I have seen you reflect on your marketable abilities, then express them favorably in organized, polished resumes. I've seen you gain confidence in speaking up in front of your classmates and sharing your ideas, even if you think you're saying it wrong. You realize your ideas are important, and worthy enough that you must try. You've told me stories about how you sit down with your children and family members to do your homework together at night. You have told me about how you hang up your academic essays and 100% quizzes on your refrigerators next to your children's school papers. You've told me about having professional conversations with your supervisors at your jobs in order to advocate for yourselves. In this way, in all of these ways, you are making your education a priority in your lives, because it connects in all ways to your lives. You all have that drive to connect, and you are gaining the skills here to do it well. Our expectation for you in the adult education program is for you to use the academic language skills we teach you, and then use those skills to connect. You are doing it. You are connecting, and we are extremely proud of you. I will be presenting certificates in 3 different categories, and you probably will see some of the same faces walk up on the stage a couple of times. It's because we're honoring them for different categories of achievements. So, this first group includes those students who have exited our English language program by scoring a 236 or higher on the D level of the CASAS reading assessment. They are at the adult secondary level of learning. This means they have completed our program. These students will be transitioning to college classes, job training programs, and high school equivalency study. Congratulations to these students who have completed our program. Yeli Romero Munoz. Ray David Rivera. Maria Dolores Esqueda. Marcela León Flores. Guadalupe López Pérez. Yaremi Mora Garcia. Rosa Martinez Gonzalez. Ana Sanchez Ramirez. Claudia Castillo Carrizales. And those were our students who have completed our program. Now, the second group of achievers we are recognizing are those students who achieved a qualifying score to pass out of either reading or listening CASAS assessments. These students have moved from qualifying as advanced English as a second language learners to adult secondary learners in either their reading or listening skills. Congratulations to Yeli Romero Munoz. Ray David Rivera. Maria Dolores Esqueda. Cesar Romero. Guadalupe Huizar. Ana Gabriel Hernandez. Martha Esparza Flores. Marcela León Flores. Rosa Martinez Gonzalez. Guadalupe Lopez Perez. Yarame Mora Garcia. Ana Sanchez Ramirez. Claudia Castillo Carrizales. Giodalis Tavares de Jesus. Maria Barandarian Gomez. Yolanda Miguel Diaz. Jaime Perez Coronel. Maribel Manzano Aragon. Miriam Ramos. Adan Fuentes. And Aniceto Camacho Carreto. Congratulations to our graduates. And yes, one more wonderful group of ESL achievements. This third group of students we are recognizing are those who have increased their reading or listening scores on the CASAS assessments by one or more educational functioning level within the last year. Our program recognizes 4 different English language functioning levels as determined by the CASAS assessments: high beginning, low intermediate, high intermediate, and advanced. The following students have moved up in ESL level in reading or listening. Congratulations to Yeli Romero Munoz, Ray David Rivera, Maria Dolores Esqueda, Cesar Romero. Good job. Ana Gabriel Hernandez. Martha Esparza Flores. Marcela León Flores. Rosa Martinez Gonzalez. Ana Sanchez Ramirez. Claudia Castillo Carrizales. Giodalis Tavares de Jesus. Maria Barandiaran Gomez. Yolanda Miguel Diaz. All right. Jose Anhani.
Yes, good to see you. Thank you.
Alexander Lopez y Lopez. Aristides Martinez Vasquez. Laura Miranda Perez. Beautiful. Norma Santoya Morales. Rufina Kristen Lagunes. Maria Miranda Alboran. Jaime Perez Coronel. Maribel Manzano Aragon. Miriam Ramos. Adan Fuentes. Aniceto Camacho Carreto. All right. Maria Isabel Ornelas Rodriguez. Hector Mejia Gonzalez. Alejandro Martinez. Hi. Elizabeth Castillo Hernandez. Cecibel Tejada Sandoval. Hi, she made it. Gladys Isela Diaz Jimenez. Let's please congratulate all these students on their ESL achievements.
Next this evening will be Nathan Axdorf, Career Coach, GRCC, with the National Career Readiness Certificate presentations.
On behalf of the students and their families, I want to thank Dr. Stephen Ender, the president of Grand Rapids Community College, Dan Clark, the Dean of Academic Outreach, and the Board of Trustees Vice Chair Richard Verberg for providing students the opportunity to utilize the National Career Readiness Certificate. The Grand Rapids Community College Adult Education Program includes the Work Keys modules in the Adult Education Program. Students work on this computer-based program at their own learning pace to practice and demonstrate skills needed to succeed in the workplace. The certificate is a requirement to enroll in the college's workforce and job training programs, as Julie talked about earlier. Over 100 diverse manufacturing and service employers in Grand Rapids are partners for the certificate. This means they require the certificate when hiring applicants that are the best fit for their company. A few of these employers include Butterball Farms, Michigan Turkey Producers, and St. Mary's Healthcare. Students earn the nationally recognized certificate after completing 3 Work Keys assessments: reading for information, applied math, and locating information. At this time, we will recognize students who have earned the National Career Readiness Certificate. Yili Romero. Ray Rivera. Maria Escada. Cesar Romero. Marcela Leon Flores. Alexander Lopez. Jose Guadarrama. This concludes our recognition for career readiness certificates. Congratulations.
Next will be citizenship presentations. Sister Joyce Herzig, citizenship instructor, Word ESL.
Good evening. Yes, indeed. U.S. Citizenship Readiness class is offered through the partnership between Grand Rapids Community College and the Dominican Sisters Word ESL program. So I take this time to thank you, Dr. Ender, President of the college, and Julie Parks, Executive Director for Workforce Training at the Tassel MTech, for the opportunity to use the Tassel MTech building for our Saturday classes. Thank you. Thanks also is extended to Lorena Aguayo Marquez for facilitating the orientation, testing, and paperwork that's needed for this project. And there's lots. Two people who aren't here, but thanks to Dominican Sisters Carmen Rostar, who couldn't be here tonight, and Janice Mankowski, who are out of town, because they advise us and they do follow-up on the N400 and securing volunteers for the legal clinic that we have at the end. But thanks also to our Saturday student employees for their copy and phone services. There's several of them, like about 4, that help us out with that, so we're grateful for that. Now, the participants in these classes have earned this certificate and attended 6-week class program, yes, on Saturdays, and it's held twice each year, once in September and another in February. I, along with Fatima Nieves this year, were the instructors for the sessions. Now, understanding the 20-page N400 document, which is the application for citizenship, is no easy task. So the class affords assistance, which is given to the participants, and they needed to do work too because they had to obtain required documents. Each had a draft copy of their application ready when the clinic and the legal professionals came to review them. They would then sign off. There is no cost for the class. However, the application fee itself is $680. Now, some are eligible to get a waiver for this fee. The students studied U.S. history, government, and geography. It was from these areas that they were given 100 questions to study in preparation for their immigration interview, which was held in Detroit. That's the office we go to. There is a special bonding in the class. You know, everyone is rooting for the other one, and they each want them to succeed. The University of Michigan Immigration Law Services provides a lawyer who supervises the clinic. There are about 25 lawyers and law students coming from Cooley Law School, either in Lansing or here in Grand Rapids, as well as the U of M students who participate in the clinic. It's one-on-one service, and it's provided gratis. And this saves each participant approximately $800 to $1,000 in legal fees that they would have had to spend for it. The citizenship process takes about 12 to 14 months, starting from the classes, the date of each person's oath ceremony, because it's really the oath ceremony that officially has the person become a citizen. Now, in your program, you will see that there are 28 participants that would receive this certificate tonight. We also have some others in the audience that have been in previous classes, and they are now already citizens. In preparing this, I said, none of these persons have yet become citizens, but I'm wrong, because just 2 days ago, one received word that he is now a citizen. Last week, there were 3 that came back from Detroit and said, yes. They have not yet had their oath ceremony, however, and that is what will officially make them citizens. Each one of these people have begun a process that they've dreamed of long before, and now we admire their determination and their persistence to achieve this dream. And we congratulate and we extend our honors to Jose Aranda Villegas. Trinidad Hernandez. And you can see this is a husband and wife team because it's Rafael Gonzalez Velasquez. Yanira Martin Robles. Michael Kutzar. Alberto Mendivel Alcala. Abdul Karim Yumendongo. Jose Pupa Simon. Esli Monteroso Lopez.
Next up this evening will be Angela Salinas. She's coordinator of adult enrollment and outreach and advisor to international student admissions for GRCC. And she will be presenting the Morilia Ortiz Blakely Scholarship Award.
Good evening and buenas noches. My name is Angela Salinas, and I am a member of the GRCC Admissions and Enrollment Team, as well as a committee member for the Morilia Ortiz Blakely Scholarship. I'm happy to introduce tonight our scholarship recipients. But first, let me tell you a little bit about the wonderful person for whom this scholarship is named. Morilia Ortiz Blakely, or Molly, was born in 1928 in Texas. Her parents passed away when she was a little girl. Because of hard times during the Depression, there were few options for her and her siblings. They were raised in a Catholic orphanage. A few years later, her aunt adopted Molly and her siblings, and it was during these times that Molly learned and appreciated the richness of her culture. As a Mexican-American woman, Molly's Mexican traditions were an important part of her life. It was also a time where she learned the value of giving and helping others. Molly married young, and by 1966, soon she found herself raising her 5 children alone and working full-time. Wanting her family members to take pride in their heritage, she became very active in the Hispanic community. In 1975, at the age of 47, Molly became ill. She took this opportunity to reevaluate her life. She decided to finish her education and enrolled in night school to get her high school diploma. She continued on to Grand Valley State University, where she received a bachelor's degree in social work and counseling. Going back to college at 47 helped me to find myself, she said. Going back to school not only helped me with my inner growth, but enabled me to help other people. Education is the key to everything. She believed that education is what narrows the gap in the job market for women. Therefore, it is in education that we should focus our attention. Despite how far women have come, we still have a lot to accomplish through education. For this reason, in 2008, Maurilia's son, Arturo Armijo, established a scholarship fund in honor of his mother. And just last year, at the age of 87, Molly passed away. She will undoubtedly be greatly missed, and through this award, her educational impact in the community will continue for many years to come. Each year, 2 adult education Latina students who have faced similar struggles receive a $1,000 award each. This year, recipients are excellent examples of strong and courageous women. Both recipients migrated to the United States from Mexico looking for a better life for their families. They are both hard workers who are proud of their heritage and understand the value of education for their futures. They started their schooling at GRCC's Adult Education Program and now aspire to attend Grand Rapids Community College in order to continue to improve their English skills and further their education. They both do a great honor to the scholarship's namesake. So now please join me in congratulating the 2016 Maurilia Ortiz Blakely Scholarship recipients, Claudia Castillo Carrizales and Maria Montañez. Congratulations. Wonderful job. Congratulations.
Thank you, Angela, and thank you to all the instructors and career coaches we have here this evening. President Ender for telling his life story this evening. And wouldn't you know it, it's closing time. For closing remarks, we have Daniel Clark, Dean, GRCC Lakeshore Campus and Academic Outreach.
Well, thank you very much, and it is my responsibility to kind of get the program closed tonight. I want to say thank you so much to all of you, family and loved ones that were able to be here. For you graduates, congratulations to you. I also have the opportunity or privilege, because we've recognized your achievements. We've had you walk across the stage, right? There's one thing that we haven't done yet that kind of really officially recognize you as graduates. You know what that is? I'm going to ask for you to stand, all right? Yes, the graduates, just the graduates to stand, all right? And that gold thing that's dangling in your face, right, that tassel, just take that and move that to the other side, would you please? All right? Thank you. You may be seated. Many have already been thanked tonight, and I'll again express my thanks to Dr. Ender, our Board of Trustees, as well for the support for this program, instructors, our tutors, career coach, other office staff, wonderful. Thank you so much for your work. Mr. David Selman, Lorena, thank you very much. So many. I'd like to certainly, when we're going to dismiss, we have lots of good food out in the lobby area, so you want to hang around and get some of that good food. Did anybody see the photo booth? Yes, right? There's a photo booth that you know, as a family, you want to get in there and get a picture, right? Have some fun with that as well, if you would. If you're parking in the Bostwick parking ramp, we do need to remind you that you would need to exit your car before 9 p.m. tonight. Otherwise, the gates will close, and then you'll have to pay for the parking. Okay, so we've been able to park there free, but at 9 o'clock, those gates will go down, and then you'd have to pay for the parking. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, all right. All right, well, thank you again for coming tonight. Again, congratulations to graduates. And this ends our program. Thank you.